Check, check. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hi, Cassidy. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hello,
Awesome.
everyone. Thank you for being here on a rainy Sunday morning. We appreciate it. So nice to see people who have stuck with us for all 3 days, and I'm sure we'll have more slowly dragging themselves in this morning. We appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much to everyone who joined us last night at the Martini Bar and who have also just been with us all weekend. It's really exciting to see and exciting to see some new faces and those who have been here with us for many years coming to our film festival. So we super appreciate all of y'all's support. As well as our great volunteers and workers and interns. And we don't get the festival done without y'all. So we super appreciate it.
And to the Ragland Guild and the Ragland staff, thank you very much. So this is the 11th annual Klamath Independent Film Festival. We are the only film festival around that exclusively shows made in Oregon films. If you have a full festival pass, you also have an online pass. And this year, we had so many amazing Oregon films, we cheated a little bit. There were some films we just could not shoehorn into the schedule, but we didn't have the heart to cut. And so there's actually an exclusive edition, about 10 to 12 films that were selected for our festival that are exclusively online. And that stays open for the next 2 weeks. So if you want to check out more great Oregon films and you have a full festival pass, or if you're one of our filmmakers, please also check out our online films. That'll run through early October.
Yeah, and be sure to spread the word about our online films for people who may be out of town or people who weren't able to make it this weekend. It's super just we'd love to get all these films into as many people who can watch them as possible. So that'll stay open for the next 2 weeks to watch online and on demand.
So we have a very busy day ahead. I'm sure we will have many of our filmmakers popping back in over the course of the day, and thank you to those who are here now. This is our shorts day. So we opened Friday night with a water theme. Saturday, we showed feature films. Today, we're showing all of our short films, which are 40 minutes or less, built into various blocks and themes. We've got some great animation today, some great documentaries, some great narrative stories. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, you're going to be scared a little bit. You're going to have all of the feels today. And then we end the day at 7 o'clock tonight with our awards ceremony, where we are going to give out $5,000 in prizes, as well as our custom award trophies that are made by the Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild. We realize it's a very long day of films, but we hope that you can stick with us or come and go. But definitely be here at around 7 o'clock when we give out all of our awards.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, those are by our Southern Cascade Woodcrafters Guild, who hand make each trophy for the winning film. So we show them the films that have won. They watch them and they get inspired to make their own craft and hand carve these wooden trophies for our winners, which is pretty beautiful. They're very impressive and amazing. And I think it's so unique. I don't know of any other film festival that does that. But yeah, all of this wouldn't be possible without our sponsors and our grants. So big thank you to Fisher Nicholson Realty. Big thank you to Oregon Film. Dallas Brown just left earlier today, but she was with us this weekend from the Oregon Film office. So we super appreciate her coming down. Canvasback Books, the Daily Bagel. We just so appreciate y'all so much, as well as our grants, which were a huge funding source for us this year with the Klamath County Tourism Grant, the Roundhouse Foundation, and Pacific Power Foundation. So be sure to check out all of them and say thank you for supporting the Klamath Independent Film Festival.
So we're going to start this morning with student films. Now, there's a great legacy of student filmmaking in Oregon. In fact, a lot of people don't know the very first student film ever made in history was done by University of Oregon students in 1928. And that is still available to watch on YouTube. It was a silent film called Ed's Coed. I strongly encourage checking it out. It's an amazing time capsule, written, acted, directed entirely by University of Oregon students. So you might have thought maybe USC, NYU, maybe schools in France. No, right here in Oregon. So we celebrate student filmmaking. So one of the things that we do as an organization, because we are not just the film festival, our organization is a nonprofit, Klamath Film, a 501c3. We've been around for 12 years. We serve as the film liaison office for Klamath County. So any film productions that's happening here, we help out with location scouting, equipment, permits, cast and crew calls, anything that we can do to assist. But we also teach a student youth camp every single summer. This is completely grant funded, so 100% free for kids. It's open to middle school and high school kids in Klamath County. And many of these kids come in that maybe they've made something on Instagram or TikTok with their phone, but that's about it. They're huge consumers of film, but they've never learned the ins and outs and basics. So we spend 5 days with them at Klamath Community College, It's very intense. It's about a year's worth of film school we cram into 5 days. But by the end of those 5 days, they've done group projects together. We loan out equipment so they can do their own individual projects. They've learned about screenwriting, storytelling, acting, editing, cinematography, lighting, camera angles, all the basics to be able to make your own film. Now, just stop and think, when you were 13, 14 years old, the idea of your very first attempt at making a film would be shown at a film festival on a big screen in front of professional filmmakers. A little intimidating. I hope that some of our families will be able to pop in. So we have 4 films that were made by students from our film camp. We have 2 group projects that were made during the week and 2 projects that were made after the week that we're going to watch first. Have a heart, because for many of these, this is their very first attempt at filmmaking ever, which, as a filmmaker myself, I don't want anyone to see the first projects I made. I don't want to have anyone see anything until about a decade of filmmaking, when I actually felt like I kind of knew what I was doing. But it's every year we're always so impressed by these kids. Now, it was a very intense week, so things got a little silly, got a little weird, as middle school and high school kids may be prone to do sometimes.
Avant-garde.
Yeah, especially when they're stuck in a classroom in the middle of the summer. But we had tons of fun, as we do every year with these kids. We're always so impressed with the effort that they put in. And their opportunity to learn a new skill. And some of them have been inspired to want to make more film going forward. Who knows? Maybe they'll be professional filmmakers and come back to KIFF someday. So we're going to start with 4 student films, and then we have a K through college block. We used to do K through 12. This year we expanded it to K through college as our student film category. And then we're off and running with a full slate of films all day long, right into our awards. So thank you everyone so much for being here.
Yes, thank you so much. And if we could just get a round of applause for Kurt. He has worked so hard on the film camp, and the kids really, really appreciate it. And it's been a real joy to get to learn from him over the past 2 years with film camp. And I love hanging out with those kids. I think they're the coolest and so fun. So big congrats on all the work that they've done and everything that you've inspired them to do.
So now we get to see the fruits of the labor of the free Klamath Film Youth Film Camp.